Welcome to Carland. From affordable family cars to luxurious rides fit for royalty, we're taking you on a high-octane journey through time. Today, we are exploring the 12 most iconic cars that ruled American roads during the glitz, glamour, and rebellion of the Roaring Twenties. 1. Dodge Brothers Touring Car. As the dust settled from the initial Ford and Chevrolet showdown, two genius mechanics were about to completely shake up the automotive world. The Dodge brothers, John and Horace, approached the market with a completely different question. What if we built a car that simply never broke down? Their answer was the rugged touring car, and it redefined what Americans expected from a vehicle. The Dodge brothers were no newcomers to Detroit. They had been engineering precision parts for Ford and Oldsmobile for years, earning a flawless reputation for top-notch quality. But launching their own independent brand? That was a high-stakes gamble. To stand out, they engineered a masterpiece. The Dodge touring car featured an all-steel body when competitors were still using fragile wooden frames. Its high-compression engine gave it a massive performance edge, but the real game-changer was its bulletproof durability. In an era when American roads were little more than muddy dirt paths, this car could take an absolute beating and just keep on rolling. 2. Chevrolet Series 490. While Ford was busy churning out millions of black Model Ts, another automotive titan was quietly plotting a brilliant counterattack. In 1923, Chevrolet unveiled a vehicle designed to make Americans question their absolute loyalty to Henry Ford. The Series 490 wasn't just another economy car. It was Chevrolet's bold, aggressive declaration of war in the brutal battle for America's driveways. Chevrolet knew they couldn't beat Ford on rock-bottom pricing alone. To win, they had to offer real value. The Series 490 came equipped with a spirited, overhead valve four-cylinder engine that left the sluggish Model T eating dust. Beyond raw power, it offered a significantly smoother ride and a far more comfortable interior, absolutely perfect for those fashionable Sunday family drives. And the price? At $525, it cost a bit more than a Ford, but Chevy correctly bet that style-conscious Americans would gladly pay a little extra cash for a lot more car. 3. Ford Model T. Let's kick things off with the machine that truly put America on wheels, the legendary Ford Model T. When it first rolled off the production line in 1908, it was anything but affordable. Costing a hefty $8 to $50, it was a plaything for the elite that everyday Americans could only dream of owning. But Henry Ford had a radical vision to democratize the open road. Ford's revolutionary moving assembly line changed human history. By 1925, efficiency maximized, and you could drive home a brand new Model T for a mere $260. This wasn't just a price drop, it was a total demolition of the old automotive industry. Main Street Americans flocked to showrooms, and by 1927, Ford had sold an astonishing 15 million Tin Lizzies. The Model T wasn't just basic transportation, it became the ultimate symbol of American mobility and personal freedom. Suddenly, families could cross state lines for vacation, farmers could rapidly transport goods to urban markets, and everyday workers could commute to higher-paying jobs further from home. As Model T sales skyrocketed, rival automakers panicked. The desperate race to build the next affordable American car was officially on. 4. Packard Twin 6. Just when it seemed Cadillac had securely won the luxury arms race, Packard geared up to change the high-end game entirely. Imagine an automobile so breathtakingly exclusive, so meticulously detailed, that merely owning one was like gaining entry into an ultra-elite billionaires club. This was the legendary Packard Twin 6, but would America's wealthy elite be willing to pay its eye-watering price of admission? The Twin 6 wasn't just premium transportation, it was a loud, unapologetic statement of power. With prices ranging from $5,000 to an astronomical $10,000, a single car cost as much as a luxury suburban home. But for the captains of industry who could afford it, the Twin 6 offered something priceless, unparalleled prestige. It featured the world's first mass-produced 12-cylinder engine, offering a driving experience that felt like floating on silk. Every single inch of these cars screamed bespoke luxury, from the gleaming chrome down to the hand-stitched interiors. What made the Twin Six truly legendary was its endless customization. Packard allowed elite buyers to select custom coachwork, finishes, and colors, ensuring that each vehicle was as unique as its owner. Movie moguls and Wall Street tycoons flocked to Packard, eager to show off their personalized masterpieces at high society gala events. 5. Cadillac V8. As the race for affordable luxury heated up, Cadillac took a radically different route. They asked, what if engineering power itself became the ultimate status symbol? Enter the majestic Cadillac V8. Featuring an engine so remarkably advanced, it made ultra-premium European luxury brands sit up and take notice. Cadillac was already a pioneer in precision, but engineering a reliable, mass-produced V8 engine was an absolute nightmare. Engineers worked tirelessly to perfect a high-compression, cross-plane crankshaft design that delivered smooth, vibration-free power. The spectacular result? A 70-horsepower beast that effortlessly left other luxury cars stranded in the dust. But this V8 wasn't just about raw muscle. Cadillac wrapped its mechanical genius in a package of pure opulence. We are talking plush mohair interiors, elegant custom styling, and an incredibly smooth ride that made these cars absolutely irresistible to the rich and famous. Iconic Hollywood megastars like Greta Garbo and Clark Gable were constantly spotted cruising the Sunset Strip in their Cadillac V8s, forever cementing the vehicle as the ultimate global symbol of wealth and success. 6. Buick Master 6. What if I told you that in the 1920s, you could buy a car packed with the elegant amenities of a British Rolls-Royce, but at a tiny fraction of the price? Buick made this exact dream a reality with the spectacular Master 6, a vehicle that redefined the boundaries of the mid-range market. Buick, nestled comfortably as the prestigious anchor of the General Motors family, faced a tricky corporate challenge. How could they offer genuine luxury features without a luxury price tag? The brilliant answer was the Master 6. This wasn't just another consumer car, it was a sophisticated revolution on wheels. At its heart beat a silky smooth, powerful six-cylinder engine, a massive technological step-up from the rough four cylinders of the era. This translated into effortless highway cruising and whisper-quiet performance usually reserved for high-end aristocrats. But Buick didn't stop under the hood. They decked out the Master 6 with plush, spacious interiors and elegant, premium finishes that made everyday drivers feel like elite Hollywood stars. 7. Lincoln Model L. Picture an automobile so refined, so grand, that it became the preferred ride of both Hollywood's biggest icons and the President of the United States. The majestic Lincoln Model L was poised to revolutionize American luxury. But its rocky journey from the blueprint to a global status symbol was anything but smooth. What dramatic twist of fate allowed this remarkable vehicle to survive? Henry Leland, the brilliant visionary who originally founded Cadillac, dreamed of creating the absolute pinnacle of luxury with his new company, Lincoln. Unfortunately, his ambitious engineering plans hit a massive financial roadblock. By the early 1920s, mismanaged and facing post-war inflation, Lincoln was drowning in millions of dollars of debt and teetering on the edge of total collapse. Just when all hope seemed lost, an unlikely savior stepped in, Henry Ford himself, urged by his son Edsel. Ford's blockbuster acquisition breathed immediate financial life into Lincoln, allowing the Model L to truly shine. This wasn't just another heavy luxury cruiser. Its powerful V8 engine purred like a kitten, while its gorgeous, art-deco-inspired body designs turned heads on every street corner. The buttery smooth ride and opulent cabin made every trip feel like a red carpet premiere. Soon, the Model L became the definitive choice for global elites. President Warren G. Harding proudly rode in one for his official duties, while Hollywood darling Mary Pickford was frequently spotted cruising in her custom Lincoln. The Model L had transcended transportation. It was the ultimate badge of sophistication. 8. Stutz Bearcat. While practicality and efficiency were winning over average buyers, a wild, completely different breed of automobile was about to set young hearts racing. What if we told you that the late 1920s witnessed the birth of a terrifyingly fast machine that would forever redefine sports performance on American roads? Enter the ferocious Stutz Bearcat. The Bearcat wasn't just another pretty sports car. It packed a serious mechanical punch. Featuring a massive, high-performance 4.5-liter straight-8 engine, this lightweight roadster was capable of hitting a mind-boggling, track-tested 100 miles per hour. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it set record-breaking speeds that left standard passenger cars looking like they were standing still. But who exactly was buying these high-speed demons? Picture the young, rebellious, and wildly wealthy youth of the booming jazz age looking for their next massive adrenaline rush. The Stutz Bearcat became their ultimate ride of choice, a loud, roaring symbol of status, speed, and dangerous excitement. Bootleggers, playboys, and famous celebrities couldn't get enough of it, permanently cementing the Bearcat's legendary reputation as the coolest, most rebellious car on the block. 9. Chrysler Imperial. While Lincoln basked in the political spotlight, a hungry new contender was revving its engine to steal the entire show. Have you ever wondered how a single, well-engineered car could transform a virtually unknown upstart company into a Detroit industry giant practically overnight? The stunning story of the Chrysler Imperial is about to blow your mind. Walter Chrysler was a man possessed by a vision. He wanted to build an automobile that perfectly married top-tier European luxury with cutting-edge American engineering. But launching a premium brand in the mid-1920s was a daunting task. It was like trying to crash an exclusive party where Cadillac and Lincoln were already the established hosts. Chrysler needed a mechanical miracle to make a splash, and they delivered with the Imperial. Under its long, sleek, aggressively styled hood sat an advanced high-compression six-cylinder engine that was years ahead of its time. It offered a level of smooth, efficient power delivery that made older luxury cars look obsolete. And the ride comfort? The Imperial introduced innovative rubber engine mounts that eliminated vibration, making passengers feel like they were floating on a cloud. Automotive journalists couldn't stop raving. They praised its track-tested performance, comparing it favorably to exotic European imports. One prominent reviewer gushed that it offered a level of athletic handling and top-tier luxury that rivaled the finest engineering from across the Atlantic Ocean. 10. Nash 400. As automotive design rapidly evolved into a high-fashion statement, one independent manufacturer dared to ask a brilliant counter-question. Could practical, smart engineering be just as appealing to buyers as flashy style? Nash Motors was about to completely challenge the industry notion that true mechanical innovation had to come with a hefty, premium price tag. What if the most revolutionary car of the late 1920s wasn't the flashiest or the fastest, but simply the smartest? Nash had built a stellar reputation for thinking outside the box, and the Nash 400 was their crowning achievement. Nash engineers faced a tough challenge. How do you pack premium, high-end mechanical features into a family car that the middle class could actually afford? Their solution was a groundbreaking, advanced chassis design. But Nash didn't stop at structural integrity. The Nash 400 boasted a highly advanced twin-ignition engine for maximum fuel efficiency, premium hydraulic shock absorbers, and standard four-wheel brakes for vastly superior stopping power. Its advanced suspension offered a ride so incredibly smooth and controlled, you'd swear you were riding in a vehicle twice its price. All of this world-class innovation came at a highly competitive price point that left Detroit's biggest automakers scratching their heads in disbelief. 11. LaSalle Series 303. While Chrysler was busy shaking up the establishment, General Motors was secretly cooking up a brilliant new weapon of their own. Imagine a car designed to make you feel like a multi-millionaire on the road without actually breaking your bank account. GM was about to prove that sometimes the middle ground is the sweetest spot of all. During the 1920s, GM realized they had a glaring price gap between their everyday Buicks and ultra-expensive Cadillacs. Buyers climbing the corporate ladder were leaving GM to buy elsewhere. To plug this leak, they created an entirely new companion brand, the LaSalle Series 303. But creating a brand new automotive identity from scratch was a monumental task. To ensure success, GM hired a young, charismatic custom builder named Harley Earl. Earl wasn't a traditional utility engineer. He was a pure artist. He introduced the radical concept that cars shouldn't just be functional machines. They should be gorgeous, rolling sculptures. The LaSalle Series 303 was his very first corporate canvas, and boy did he paint a timeless masterpiece. With its elongated, low-slung lines, elegant dual-tone paint schemes, and stunning art deco details, the LaSalle turned heads everywhere it went, forever changing automotive styling. 12. Auburn 888. As the roaring 1920s reached a fever pitch, premium car buyers faced an incredibly tough ultimatum. Do you buy a heavy, comfortable luxury sedan or a fast, cramped sports car? What if you didn't have to choose at all? Enter the gorgeous Auburn 888, a car that promised the automotive equivalent of having your cake and eating it too. Auburn wasn't content with just making attractive, ordinary cars. Under the leadership of marketing genius Eric Lobencord, they wanted to create a machine that could turn heads on the boulevard and absolutely dominate rivals on the open highway. The athletic 888 was their definitive answer to this challenge. Under its sleek, beautifully sculpted exterior lurked a powerful 4.0-liter straight-eight engine, pumping out an impressive 88 horsepower. This wasn't a sluggish Sunday cruiser. It was a high-performance machine built for pure speed and elegance. But Auburn didn't sacrifice comfort for speed. They decked out the cabin with luxurious, premium interiors that easily rivaled the build quality of far more expensive brands. It was like getting an agile sports car and an opulent luxury sedan rolled into one package. Best of all, it was offered at a highly competitive price that made Packard and Cadillac owners do a double take. The 1920s changed the automotive landscape forever. Which of these legends would you park in your dream garage? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Carland, and we'll see you in the next time travel lane.